We have come to the end of our first session. We will now be going to our lunch time. So,
Okay, so we would like to give you guys an opportunity to ask the speakers from Mr. Mbakwa, Tawanebedi, Thabang, and unfortunately the fourth speaker is not here. Any questions that you guys have had throughout the session, since this is the end of our first speaking session. So, do you have any questions for any one of them? No? Yes? No? No? Say yes? Oh, you have a question? Okay.
My question is for Thabang. For the hackathon that you're having right now, are you still taking registrations or they're closed?
Thank you for that question. We actually got the same question from a few people yesterday. So because of demand, we'll open up another call for registration to have as many teams as we can. So yeah.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Anybody? Okay. Speaker to speaker and stuff.
I also have a question for Thabang. You did highlight that sometimes even when someone just tells you about an idea, you're able to think about how to digitize it. So as someone like myself that's looking to digitize some of the solutions I have, how do I get in contact with you, or how do I find people that can help me digitize some of my solutions?
All right, thank you for that. I'm here, number one. Yeah, so you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn. And then after we engage on LinkedIn, probably engage you with, connect you with one of our team members. That will definitely guide you through on how you can digitize your business and whatever initiative that you're coming up with. Sometimes digitization isn't really about, turning the whole thing into a tech business. Sometimes you digitize a particular process within your entity. Next to me here I have my brother Maverick. They build digital, branding, websites. He helped quite a number of organizations do that. So if I can't do it, I can liaise you with people like him as well. So yeah, did that answer the question?
It did, thank you. I'll reach out.
Any more questions?
Good afternoon. My name is Raone. My question is, I can specify man straight, but whoever has the answer would answer me. So I got the opportunity to listen to the Africa Pulse report that came out on Tuesday. And the main emphasis was that for Africa as a continent to go somewhere, everything hella, including leadership and entrepreneurship, we should invest more in education. So I want to know what's your take on that.
So do we have any takers? Let's an open-ended question. Anybody?
Okay. Here's the truth. That there's nothing more true than that. In any given economy, there are three fundamental things that drive an economy. That is infrastructure, that is health, that is education. If you have those three in check, then you are sure that your economy is somewhat looking towards the green light, right? So the hallmark really, or the foundation of everything really, is on education. Not only education, but quality education and access to education, right? So those are the two specific things that you look at. Harilebella, the education part of things. Mehela, those are the three fundamental areas to look at. That is why even in the budget speech, you'd realize that the chunk of money is apportioned to those three. Thank you.
Thank you. We have two more questions. So anybody?
My question is to Thabang again. What is your advice for someone who's looking into getting into the tech space as a university student, like having most probably a tech startup, because it's something I'm interested in. I'm studying computer systems engineering at BAC, So, what is your advice and take into how someone would develop that specific business? And I heard I think it was Mr. Mafa, when you was talking about how you want your business to continue on while you can also enjoy your life. How would you expect someone to go about that?
All right, thank you. This is something we usually charge for because it's a consultation session. So I'll send an invoice to Put Youth On organization. I'm kidding. It's very simple. Usually we start off by saying, learn about what you're trying to do. Do as much research as you can about that specific field you're trying to go into. There's health tech, insurance tech, there's law tech, there's edutech, agri-tech. There's just quite a lot of opportunities, techs out there. There's a lot of them. Mental tech, there's a lot. So do research about the area that you're trying to dive into. Then after that, build a team. All right. So oftentimes I share with people that there has to be some form of evolution from being a founder into being a CEO. A founder, you come up with an idea. A CEO builds structures for continuity, right? Sometimes I may not be the right person to evolve into that person. So get a team. And get a team that isn't scared to tell you that, hey, you're not doing something right? Don't have a team that will, right? Have a team that will tell you the brutal truth, right? My team right now, if I'm not doing something good, they'll tell me, Thabang, right? So have a team, because the team again is that structure for continuity. I remember last week, we were in Cape Town, and my team was here in Botswana, and they were running things in my absence, right? I was engaged in another program there, and they were running things here in the country. So you need a team that will allow you to do that, like Mfa was saying, the structure for continuity. Because after you're gone, or after they are gone, there has to be people that will come in as well to occupy those roles, right? But yeah, many things will engage. Even after the meeting, I'll share with you, access to, resources that we somewhat use in our hackathon competitions to train our participants. We even link them with startup founders that are doing great stuffs. Just this week, we linked them with someone in India. They're running a startup that's operating in Sierra Leone, Uganda, and it's about to open an office in Dubai. And then even next week, we're even linking them with others that are doing quite great stuffs. So that's one of the things that we do for people that are getting into hackathons, and we'd love to do the same for you as well.
Thank you. So we have one more question.
Hi, everyone. My name is Refilwe. I'm a founder of a mental health initiative called the Safe Space BW. You mentioned teamwork. One thing I've learned when I started the initiative is that I realized I needed help. But the struggle was having people who share the same vision, who also be able to put in the effort that you put in, So currently, I don't want to say I'm struggling, but I have a team, but there's only 2 people I have besides me in my team. And I struggle to find the right people, because currently in my community, we have like 140 plus people in the community, but I don't know how to be able to get to a point where I find the right team to be able to lead and also have it be more community driven, because that's the aim of it. It's community driven, but we still need a team to handle it. Yeah. How can I how do you find the right team, in terms of that, yeah.
Is the question for me or
anyone, but you can answer.
Okay, great. Crazy enough, the first person to join me in starting this in university, I'm still in university by the way, was my roommate. She's like, Thabang, you're always talking about innovation. You're always doing this. What's it about? What's it about? Right? So, in some sense, he was inspired by what I was doing. And then after that, he got initiated. Then he started sharing the same vision as I, right? So sometimes the first thing that you possibly can do is initiate people. The initiation of having them to see the world the way you're seeing it. It's like having to tell someone about Jesus Christ. Where do you find the people? You find them here. You stand up, start evangelizing. They share the same vision as you. Then secondly, go to LinkedIn. Some of the people that we just onboarded in the team right now, we got them on LinkedIn. They're sharing about what they're doing. I'm like, okay, this is someone I can subscribe to. And then after that, we connect with them, and then we put them in our platforms. Then they start showing that this is what I'm capable of doing. Thirdly, in your community, if you're a student, get in there. You have students doing exceptional work, even academically. Someone can be good in books. And you're like, okay, if I give this person a book, maybe accounting book or whatever it is, they'll run great. So take them and put them in there. Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have a team or sometimes you're going to have to yell and say, guys, you're not doing this right. It will always happen. Even Jesus had to reprimand his disciples. He was going up to pray, he found them sleeping, right? So you'll go up to pray, you'll find them sleeping, right? And again, the thing to do, pray with your team and for your team. You're there as a leader. As a leader, you're supposed to, Jesus was there praying for the people that were sleeping. It's like, guys, why are you sleeping? So do that as well. You're just going to do exceptionally great.